Hey, it's Rebecca Smith from the KBIA newsroom in Columbia, and it's time for Missouri Health Talks, a project where we listen in on Missourians' conversations about access to health care. For the month of June, we're focusing on the health of the unhoused community in Columbia, specifically folks who stay at the local overnight shelter Room at the Inn. Jaquie, Melloway, and Trapp are the leadership team that run the shelter. They spoke about some of the things that have surprised them about the folks they serve. Here's Jaquie.
So I don't have any background in running a homeless shelter. So I was a dental assistant for 15 years. And I quit that in, I think, 2020 around COVID and kind of just bounced around between jobs. And I saw Room at the Inn post, and I had heard about the shelter, but I didn't know too much about it. I applied, and he emailed me back asking, for an interview, and that's how I got started. So I didn't know how bad it was until I started working here. I'm from Columbia. I've always lived here. So I knew we had quite a few homeless people, but I did not know the extent of it. It is surprising at how many elderly people we have stay here. We have just a couple of kids. I call them kids. They are technically adults, but yeah, that surprised me of how many people that are over the age of 60 that are here.
Almost universally, they suffered childhood trauma. Head injuries, I would say a third of this population has had a traumatic head injury, which that really surprised me when I first got into this work. For the most part, people aren't trying to freeload. A lot of folks are just broken. They don't have support for one reason or another. A lot of times, due to addiction or mental health, they've driven away their family support. And I know for me that I've reached points in my life where I couldn't pay my bills, and if my family hadn't stepped in and helped me, I might have been here on one of these cots. So I think that's not as uncommon as most people would think. Sometimes we've got to rely on our family, and if you don't have that, then you fall down and nobody's there to help pick you up.
They are human beings, just like everyone else. And like John said, a lot of them have trauma. They don't know where to even start. They have fallen on hard times, lost a job, their spouse, and then just haven't caught their footing back.
That was Jaquie, Melloway, and Trapp speaking about the folks they serve at the local overnight shelter Room at the Inn. You can hear more about the shelter and from the people staying there now at the A Night at the Inn documentary on kbia.org. That's it for this week's Missouri Health Talks. Tune in next week for more conversations from throughout the state about health and access. I'm Rebecca Smith. Thanks for listening.